Obama took shots at Senator McCain over the weekend, claiming Senator McCain has had big problems with some of his top advisors for being former lobbyists. McCain's spokesman fired back at this attack by saying, quote, just a few years ago when Barack Obama was beginning his career in politics, he was launching it at the home of William Ayers, an unrepentant domestic terrorist who his chief strategist said Senator Obama was friendly with. If Barack Obama is going to make associations the issue, well, we look forward to the debate about Senator Obama's associations and what they say about his judgment and readiness to be our commander-in-chief. Joining us now are former NYPD detectives, the great Bo Dietl, Joe Coffey. Coffey actually worked on the Weather Underground investigation. Guys, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Bo, good to see you, my friend. You worked on the case. This guy bombed the Pentagon, bombed the Capitol, bombed New York City Police headquarters, bragged on 9/11 that he did it, and said he's unrepentant and wished he did more.
Well, not only that, this gentleman and his wife, Bernadine Dawn, are both domestic terrorists. They should be put in the same category as Timothy McVeigh. The only difference between them and Timothy McVeigh is Timothy McVeigh got the jail, or he got elected.
Yeah, well, no, he brags he didn't go to jail.
But he was not exonerated, but he was released because of faulty wiretap information.
That's the only reason.
But he was guilty.
Right.
He's a domestic terrorist. Make no mistake about that.
Bo Dietl, how is it that you can be running for president and in the latest poll have 45% of the vote when you go to sit on a board with for years and you give speeches with a guy that was at war with his country, bombed government buildings, and is not sorry for doing so?
You know, when someone admits to being a terrorist like that, look at Kathy Bodine. They were all involved. You have the FALN. They were all involved with all these. The Black Panthers. During this time was the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
They were together for one reason, was to overthrow America. They wanted to have a revolution, no matter how they were going to do it, by killing and maiming. They didn't care about it.
Tie this to the election. How is it the American people don't hear this friendship, this association, these speeches, this Woods Foundation, and run from this guy?
I can't understand one thing, and Alan, with all respect to your liberal views,
crazy.
The way you said
your
that,
crazy
liberal views. I love the way you
the
said
point is, I mean, it's in a nutshell. This guy still is unrepentant, and he bombed up 240 Center Street. That kid Boji got blind in the eye. They had a bomb fixed up there on 110th
Plus, they
Street.
assassinated police officers in New York City and all over the country. One of their idols was Joanne Chesimard, who is now a fugitive in Cuba. These people are domestic terrorists. Bill Ayers, Bernadine Dawn, the whole bunch of them. And to associate with these people when you're running for president of the United States is an outrage.
I want people to just look in the camera. I'm just a conservative guy, common sense conservative. I believe in limited government, greater freedom, individual responsibility, secure our borders, lower taxes. I don't understand this, Bo. How this has not impacted the race
Well, it
greater.
should impact it, and also our girl Hillary there.
Let me explain.
Look at
why.
Hillary. Look at Hillary's husband there. Who did he pardon? FALN.
Gentlemen, I'm the only one here with a different point of view than the both of you. Give me a chance to.
Alan,
hold
you
on
should remember something.
First of all,
somebody said the people who choose to ignore history.
I understand. I'm not here to defend Bill Ayers.
They're going to repeat it.
But this has nothing to do with Barack Obama. And in the opening to this segment, the correlation with the McCain campaign is he had people working on his campaign who are consulting the Burmese government, for example. Ayers is not working on his campaign.
Ayers is not. Were they planting bombs in police headquarters?
There's a junta in Burma.
Were they planting bombs anymore?
There's a repression
Did they fly planes into our
Joe,
buildings?
there's a repression of the regime. There's repression going on in Burma. The guy, the lobbyist for that country,
ridiculous.
Working on the McCain campaign.
Bill Ayers is not. Bill Ayers is not. 5 years in a prison camp. How can you compare that to this bomb?
No, I'm not.
That's outrageous.
No. You're comparing people on the McCain campaign to a guy who's not working on the Obama campaign.
Wait a second. You got a bomber out there. He didn't know anything about his pastor. He didn't know anything about this bomb.
What does it have to do with Obama? It's not working on the campaign. It's not endorsing
Obama is a friend of
my point, if he's associating with a domestic
by the way, I want to add one point.
Guys,
Obama had a guy that negotiated with Hamas
with
on
all
his
due
campaign.
respect here, since I'm the only one here with a slightly different point of view than the two of you, I think all of you should be heard on this program. The fact of the matter is that this guy, unrepentant terrorist though he may be, is not part of the Obama campaign. There are people who sat on the There are people who sat on the Woods Foundation. Should they never be allowed to run for president?
No.
There are people. No, nobody said. Anybody who gives a speech in the same room. Excuse me. You had your opportunity to say. Anybody who gives a chance. So you want to play the game of guilt by association?
Yeah, I'm going to play that game because if I hang around with a murderer,
you're sitting next to me.
If I hang around with a murderer who's committed murders and has been convicted of murders, and all of a sudden I'm hanging around with him,
he never said he was friends with you.
You got to sit next to a horrible, evil liberal.
I like Alan, even though